All right, I think we're ready. And hello, everybody. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. It's been a beautiful day today. It was hot and smoky skies. I've got some fantastic pictures to show you. Don't forget those. Hey, comment with where you're watching from. And there's a lot of weather to talk about, including the northern lights. I mean, look behind me. Are they happening now? We're going to take a look, and we're also going to talk about our chance of clouds in the forecast. It's all coming up next right here at Hutch's Weather. Don't move. Don't change the dial. Hey, does this thing have a dial? Let me see.
Now, a Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
I owe a big gratitude or depth of gratitude to all of you who took the time to come out and say howdy to Hutch tonight, the big meet and greet event out at Luther Family Ford. And I got to tell you what, it was a great time out there. And you know what? Got to sign more up. Do you want to know how you can do it? Here's what you need to know. Head over to hutchesweather.com or head over to Luther Family Ford anytime during normal business hours. And please, if you're watching Hutch's Weather and you happen to be a parent or a teacher, pass the word along. Not everybody knows that Hutch is still doing the weather. Not everybody watches on Facebook. So you passing the word helps out a great deal. Again, hutchesweather.com/weatherkid, and you can sign up as well. Let's get right to the details in our forecast, though, as we head into the next 24 hours are going to be pretty interesting around here. We have the chance of the northern lights. We're going to detail that as well as we go through. Whoopsies, I think I'm blocking your view. Let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast. First and foremost, with the chance of northern lights across the area as we go through the overnight hours, clouds are a big part of the forecast. So let's get right to it. Your hour-by-hour forecast showing up right. Where did I put it? Oh, dear. I think it's right over here. Okay, there it is. And here it is. Okay, so now what we're going to look at is they look at the model guidance, but we also added the clouds on here, kind of like putting everything on the spaghetti plate, pouring the ketchup on the spaghetti and getting to it. All right, let's go to it. Now, as we go through the evening hours, notice the clear skies across the eastern Dakotas, a few up near Lake of the Woods. That's it. But look at the showers out in the west. Here's where those go in your forecast, hour by hour style, of course. Now, as we head into the overnight hours, look at showers and thunderstorms develop out west. The air out west is drier. This is not going to be a wet system, but the chance for showers is in the forecast, and there'll be a few clouds pushing into the northern valley as we go through the 2 a.m. hour. I don't think we'll have too much of a concern about seeing those northern lights, though, because they could be out there and they could be quite bright as well as we head into the overnight hours and towards daybreak. This is a look at 7 a.m. Clouds building in, so your early morning hours, those could be impacted by a few clouds building into the valley. Showers along the Highway 200 corridor and points north as we go through the early part of the day. They're going to be hit and miss, folks, and mostly miss. Just a few hundredths of an inch is going to be what we see from these showers as they work their way through. Otherwise, the day looks to bring passing clouds in our western and northern counties. The rest of us enjoying quiet conditions through the afternoon hours as well. Look at the clouds building in, though, and there's a chance of the northern lights again for your Wednesday night. Not as great of a chance as tonight, but it's there. And the clouds could be building in. So indeed, even though we have all the schmutz and smog and fog, and not fog, but smoke in the area, that is definitely a problem. That's something to keep our minds on and our eyes on as we check into the forecast heading into your evening. So now let's take a look at the aurora forecast here as we head into the overnight hours. This is a look at the 27-day forecast in the next 2 days. On the 10th and the 11th, you'll see there are red. That's a KP index greater than 4. That's really high. That means there's a really good chance at seeing the aurora. It's not a guarantee of seeing the aurora. Get north of town and then look to the northern sky. You want to get that light pollution out from between you and the northern lights to give you the best chance to see those northern lights. And again, you can come up with your photos and upload those at hutchesweather.com. We are going to go through now your forecast temperatures, so you have the latest on that. Then we're going to review a few photos that were sent in, and we're also going to talk more about the smoke in the forecast. So northern lights visible tonight and Wednesday night. Share your photos at hutchesweather.com. All right, let's get to it. Numbers for the overnight hours. Smoky skies and temperatures that will be sneaking down into the 50s. We could see a renegade shower out in parts of western North Dakota, maybe the Devil's Lake Basin by morning, but light winds from the south on your Wednesday morning. Then in the afternoon, temperatures will be warmest down to the south. Today's high temperatures did not hit 90 in Fargo. Why? The smoke and the schmutz in the atmosphere really did a number at blocking some of the incoming solar radiation called insolation, and that's what happened today. 70s tomorrow out across greater Minnesota, including Bemidji, 75 for you, 69. What? In Warroad, that's thanks to those clouds that will be drifting through the Devil's Lake Basin, northwest Minnesota. A few clouds, spotty sprinkles. That's it. Otherwise, mostly sunny skies minus the smoke in the forecast. Planning forecast looks like it stays hot, hot, hot all the way through Friday. Then Saturday, after Friday night showers and thunderstorms move in and into the early hours of Saturday, we'll see sunshine, but it looks like temperatures will drop a little bit. We'll still be well above our average temperatures in the 70s. We're talking 80s, and then we're climbing back up by the start of the work week, 85 to 86 degrees on Monday and on Tuesday. All right, I'm going to look for questions from you in the panel here. Otherwise, we're going to share a couple of photos. You got to see these. Oh, my goodness. We have a lot to talk about here. So let's see if I can find my latest details on the, well, let's see. Let's go over here. All right, what we're going to do is look at some smoke. So let's talk about smoke, and let's take a look at your questions. So pardon me while I do that. Leora, it's so good to see you from St. Hilaire. Thanks for watching. Oh, thank you, BA. It's a wonderful thing to show your support for Hutch by sending stars, and I sure appreciate anyone taking the time to throw some stars my way. You can also help Hutch out a great deal by passing the word, maybe tagging a friend in the comments section so they can see Hutch's weather as well. Now, let's take a look at our forecast. As far as the smoke goes, not a lot has changes. I'm going to stick with a USA view here for a couple of reasons, and that's so you can see where this smoke is all emanating from. This is going to be a look at the smoke at the surface level. The brighter the colors in red and orange, the increased amounts of smoke that we are expecting. Notice across North Dakota today, we've had that black gluck in the sky. This is surface smoke from the Red River Valley across southern parts of the North Dakota into northern and western South Dakota. The real intense smoke is near the source regions for the fires in Idaho and in Oregon. Here's where the smoke will be heading as we go through the Wednesday morning time frame. It thins out a bit, but folks, make no mistake about it, it's still here, and it's not very healthy to be breathing in, especially if you have problems with respiratory illness. Look at the western U.S. with all the red out there, and this includes the desert Southwest with big fires lighting up in parts of Southern California and also the mountains of Idaho and Oregon, throwing smoke into the atmosphere that will persist in the west, but get better by the time, look at the time frame on this, Thursday morning. A little better here in the valley by Thursday morning. That's the forecast for your smoke, and that's all important as we go through. That's a look at that. Now let me see if there's any other questions. No, so let me show you this, and this is a real treat. I am very, very excited to always share your photos, and I've had some dandies shared in the last 24 hours, so I expect you to upload more of your photos of the Northern Lights as you have those going on tonight. And we're going to end this with a look at a special camera if I can pull it up here in real time. But for now, let's take a look at some of the pictures shared. And I got to tell you what, it was that smoky, hazy sky, and it's provided beautiful pictures. This is Tiffany Qualley, and this is in Comstock. And Tiffany takes a lot of awesome photos out there. Look at this. Blue skies, orange sunset, Comstock, and this was yesterday on Tiffany, thank you so very, very much for your photos. And look at this hopper. Wow. Grasshoppers in Comstock. Tiffany capturing that one out there. I don't know if that's part of a bug's life, but that is a definite hopper. Now, we did have something interesting go through the region last night. It was called a heat burst. If you have not seen the details on that, check my Facebook page, Hutch Johnson, Chief Meteorologist. There's an explanation on what a heat burst is, but I had a few people share details, including this. This is how I found out about it. David Martinson said, hey, Hutch, in Cullum, check out my temperature trace. At 3 in the morning, we were cool and in the 60s, and all of a sudden we raced back up into the 80s as we went towards 5 a.m. before sunrise. What happened? It's called a heat burst. Thunderstorms or convective currents rising up into the air. Things were dry on the backside, and dry air sinks faster, and the compressional warming, and boom, you get a big rise in temperatures. These can come with an awful lot of wind as well. Once I posted that, I got more information from a few of you that said, yep, we saw the same thing here. McIntosh County, Ashley, Kirk, thanks for watching, and thanks even more for taking the time to upload your photo. This was 3:30 in the morning, 86 degrees. What? Wow, that's hot for the overnight hours. And it wasn't that all night. It rose after that storm made its way through. Oh, Sherry Barsky, looking at Mother Nature in its finest. And check out this mama bird feeding the baby bird apparently some jelly out there, loving the baby. I like some jelly. I had some jelly on my toast this morning. Hopefully like that bird. And sometimes Hutch can be a little loony, but this one takes the cake. What a gorgeous sight there on Lake Sarah. Thanks, Sherry Barsky, for sharing the latest. And hey, we're getting a wave and a salute from our good old friend here. This is Cindy waving hello. And this is Bob, and I own Leon's new puppy. What? So cute. And it has some bark, it looks like. Or is that something else in the mouth there? It looks like bark. And a lot of dogs do have some bark. But this guy, this squirrel here, log in to Hutch's Weather on Facebook and caption this one for me. Keep it good, keep it real, keep it clean. This is, says Sherry, missed the mark. Indeed. Ouch. I'm not a very good jumper either. Thanks for your photos. Thanks to all of you for uploading. Hey, we have had some recent northern lights, including over the holiday weekend, Labor Day, and we're going to have a chance at some more of that activity as we go through the night tonight. So bear with me while I pull up what could be a live look at what's going on from camera, but I'm just trying to see if I have access to that right now. And I want to also double check and see if it is on. So something to keep in mind when it comes to, let me see. Where is it? Pardon me while I'm looking. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, there we go. You know, I save all these things in bookmarks, and I have so many bookmarks that I'm going to have to do a search. So let me do this. There we go. Let's see if I can pull this up. And let me see if it is live. Sometimes it's live and sometimes it's not. And I'm not seeing that it is live. Okay, so there's a chance of the northern lights tonight. If you see them, let me know. And you can share pictures by uploading them right here on Hutch's Weather. And to close, with regards to the forecast, we're looking at smoke. We talked a little bit about the chance for the aurora and the northern lights. We talked a little bit about our temperatures staying warm. Now let's talk a little bit about, well, I like to say once in a while, it's fun to have you upload your content to Hutch's Weather at hutchesweather.com. So I'm going to close with a quick little peek over at what's going on at hutchesweather.com, because whenever I'm live, you'll see at the top of the page that Hutch is going live. So you can always get it, the forecast that is, when you visit hutchesweather.com. If I'm live, you'll see it. And also the latest forecast videos are at the bottom of the page. I want to take a minute and thank my sponsors over there, like my good friends at KAJ Hospitality. You can check out their properties here in Fargo by clicking on the link on the screen. And not only are they a great place for your family and friends or yourself to hang your hat if you're getting a staycation or they're coming to visit, but they are absolutely perfect and well-prepared hosts for your events. That includes weddings, and that also includes those of you who would be interested in producing some sort of a big gathering for work or a convention. KAJ Hospitality, click on that for the latest on that. Now, as you go down to the bottom of the page, here's where you upload the photos right here at the bottom. And this is where I need you to sign up to be a Weather Kid. Just click right here. You'll find out some more information about that and the sign up for Weather Kid, which is starting soon at Hutch's Weather near you. So for now, thanks for watching. Let me see if there was any other questions that came in. But Susan, thank you so very, very much for offering stars of support. Barbara, it's a pleasure as always to have you on board. So that's a look at your weather on this gorgeous evening. Get out there and enjoy what's left of the night. For meteorologist Hutch Johnson and my puppy Pedro and my good cat, the feline forecaster Leo, we hope you have a wonderful evening.